Hi guys, welcome back to my vlog. So I have received tons and tons of messages from you guys just asking questions, wanting to know more about my dad, what it was like growing up with him. And at first I was trying to respond to people individually, but it's not possible because it's like lots of messages, like DM comments. And so I was like, you know what, maybe I should actually do a video and just like sort of like address some of the questions that I feel like kind of like a recurring theme, and see if I can provide some sort of clarity. You know, it's nice that people are interested in him. I only wish that he was like alive, like to see like all of this. And so okay, so I was hoping that my sister would come on with me, but she has a class, and so just saying in case you see someone else come on later on, because I'm recording this right now. I am the 5th out of 7 kids, so I'm like one of the last ones that he had. So just FYI, before I start, remember to hit the subscribe and like button and the notification button, because I do post videos, and so you want to get a notification when I post a new video. Okay, so the first question is, what was it like living with him? Wow. Okay, so in a nutshell, honestly, my dad was really amazing. Like literally the person you saw in the debate was like who he was. He was an avid reader. Like he read and read. He loved books. I grew up with a library in the house. My mom reads as well, so like naturally every single one of us literally like loves books. So we always read. One of like my dad's like favorite saying was always never say die. He said it was a German saying, and basically what it means is that you should never give up. As long as there's breath, there's hope. And so my dad just believed that you gotta just like hold your head up high and just keep going at it, like work hard, you know. He always would say, hey Uche, lift up your head, because I could like sometimes have my head down like that, and he's like, put your head up, like be bold, hold your head up high, you know. And he always like loved, he's like, smile, don't frown, you have a lovely face, smile, because I had this face where I was always frowning. So yeah, so he always like would say that. He believed in hard work. One of the things that he didn't like was just how like this generation is really not, a lot of people now are literally not willing to put in the work, and we're just like, we live in a really fast-paced world than when he was younger. And so with the fast-paced world that we live in, a lot of people want things to happen like that fast, and that's really not reality of life. But that was one thing that he's like, always, you gotta put in the work. Don't do shortcuts, like be smart, don't work hard, you know, in a stupid way, but like work smart. So another question was, what is like one of your fondest memories of him? Okay, so I have a lot of memories of him, but I just remember when we were kids, he used to give the best piggyback rides. And he used to sing the song, brum brum brum, we are going to Timbuktu. And then he'll give you like this piggyback ride, and he'll just take me all the way around and round and round and round, and that was super amazing. And then he taught us a lot about history. You know, he would sit us down and he would open some books, and he would literally take history books that were super serious and break them down in such a way that is just so simple and amazing. I know he taught us like how wars were won, how this came to be, you know. And he always also said, he's like, you never win an argument or debate with emotions, you gotta win it with facts. So be prepared, like do the homework, you know. And so like that was one thing that I really appreciate from him, because now it's kind of, people kind of like feel like, oh my gosh, how do you know this, how do you know that? I'm like, oh wow, actually this was daddy, you know. He really instilled that discipline in us, for us to do our research. Don't be satisfied with just having the basic knowledge, you know, of what is happening. Like, you know, if I love music, I'm just gonna know all about music. He really, really wanted and believed that we had to be well-rounded, and honestly, I am so, so grateful about that. Okay, the third question, which was simple but super funny, someone was like, what kind of music did he like? I just want to know. And so that's funny because my dad loved classical music. He absolutely loved classical music. He also liked ABBA. Like, ABBA is like a 70s band. He loved ABBA so much. And he also loved Spanish music. But the funniest thing I think was my dad used to work out with classical music. So literally, he loved to jog. So literally, like, sometimes he would be jogging even in the house, and he'll have the music on, like, and then he's just like going, he's just going, he's jogging, he's going, and it was just, it's just the funniest thing ever, you know. But, and also he could just sit back and just close his eyes and just like soak it all in, you know. That was amazing. He used to do that a lot, and I think that was cool. Okay, so the other question, someone said what was his like impression about Nigeria before he died. And you know, he was really active, you know, up until even when he died. And he still believed that, you know, Nigeria had a lot of potentials. One of the things that he really like cautioned us about and really took his time to talk to us, he says, you've got to have a we mentality. You can't have an I mentality. One of the biggest problems in Nigeria is every single person is doing stuff for themselves. You know, everyone is doing stuff for themselves. We need to have a we mentality where we are coming together and we're doing stuff for the country. That is where we can thrive. Another question was, what are lessons that he taught you? And I'm like, wow, that's a lot of lessons. So my dad believed in preparation. He talked about how, you know, you don't plan to fail, you fail to plan. And so he would be like, one of the biggest problems we have in Africa is that we don't plan. Like, literally, we would build something amazing and nobody is thinking long term. How do we sustain this? How do we maintain this? And so we end up building amazing structures or stadiums or whatever, and then after 5 years it all goes down the drain because the planning was not done beyond the you know, the initial existence of those things. And so he always wanted us to know, he's like, what is your plan? Write it down. I want to know what the plan is. And then my dad would be, when we were kids, he would be like, okay, tell me, if there was a fire in the house now and that door was locked, how would you escape? And then you'll like, oh, he's like, think about it, you know this thing. And so I feel like growing up, a lot of those questions really made us to be, you know, to be thinkers, to be people who are problem solvers, like literally sit down and give the work to preparation, to thinking through. He always said, think through. And that was amazing. Because, you know, right now I'm like, wow, you know, I'm so grateful for those lessons. Also, my dad was the funniest person ever. He had a baritone voice. And his laughter, literally, you heard him laughing, you just literally start laughing with him. And so he told the most amazing jokes. And then sometimes he'd be like, tell me that again, tell me that. And then they just go all out and laugh. And I remember one of my favorite moments of him, and I think this is where I'm going to end the video because I can go on and on. My little brother was about 4. And so my brother tells this joke that is so not funny at all. Like, it was literally not funny. But for some reason, he thought it was funny. And so my dad was just so cool that, like, when he told him the joke, he just starts laughing and laughing and laughing. And then he's like, come, you gotta hear this. And so he takes my brother to my mom. He's like, hey, you need to hear what he's saying. Tell it again. And my brother tells it. And then he goes and he laughs and laughs and laughs. And, you know, for like years after that, he always remembered that joke. It wasn't funny, guys. Trust me, it was not funny. I don't even remember what it was. But, like, he was, like, cool like that to where, you know, he was amazing. One last thing I would say is, like, every conversation with my dad always left you feeling empowered and like just ready to like go and get it, go do it. He was an encourager. He was like, and he would just encourage you and just make you know that like you can do it. Believe in yourself. Don't ever look down on yourself. He's like, Uche, if it hasn't been done, maybe you'll be the first person to do it. Don't be satisfied with no. Think through. There might be another solution to it. And so he also did a lot of things. He was a publisher. He owned 2 magazines, Enterprise Today and Health and Lifestyle. He also did a lot of farming. He loved healthy stuff. He was all about working out, healthy foods. He did a lot of consulting. He did a lot of interviews on like channels, Silverbird. Hopefully I'm able to get my hands on some of them. But yeah, so he was honestly, he was an amazing dad. Like he was amazing. And I feel like ever since he died, I've never like been able to talk about him. But initially the first week this happened, I was just like, I was broken. Like I felt like I was a zombie. I didn't want to say anything to anyone just because I didn't know how to process. It's kind of like you're grieving someone and now it's all over the internet and all those emotions like come back up. But I just had some time to sit down and think, and I'm just like, you know what, it's okay. I can share memories with my dad people, and it's nice that y'all are interested in him, and so thank you so much. But I'm gonna end this video here. Just remember to hit the subscribe and like button anyways, and yeah, if you have questions, you can drop in the comment box and I will try my best to respond to them. And that's all I have. Bye.